Hi buddy, Paul here on a hot summer Saturday when all the big summer blockbuster movies are out at the cinemas and multiplexes and theatres around the world, and none of course is more hotter, sizzling than the release of Captain Marvel 2 home Blu-ray, and this one is the collector's box set edition, limited edition from Zavvi in all of its HD Blu-ray glory, and this is the 3D boxed set edition. There is a 4K one as well. Let's have a look around it. Just received today. Nicely put together. First initial thoughts. Just looking at this one pretty much as I'm showing it to you guys here right at this very moment. So just bear with me as I bathe in its gloriousness for the first time myself as well. There we are. My first initial reactions to this are that it is certainly very nicely put together, and we'll open it all up to its individual components in a second. But here's the thing, it seems, well, it certainly is a lot smaller than I had expected it to be, and be interested to hear what your thoughts are to those of you who have also chosen to pick this one up. It certainly, from Zavvi's site when it was initially put up for pre-order, seemed to be at least twice the size of this. You're expecting a big, sort of almost filling this white tabletop plinth that I've got here, almost expecting it to be about half the size of that and fit in nicely on top, but it doesn't. It is really just the size, a little bit bigger in sort of proportions of a Blu-ray Steelbook edition, and although it is extremely sturdy, which is fantastic, nice hard card. And I know what you're all thinking, what does that press here mean? We'll show you that in just a second. Actually no, let's do that now, because that's one of the selling points obviously of this. Let's give that button a press and we'll see just what happens. Yep, there we go. Captain Marvel lights up in all of her splendour. Now that's a nice addition. That was certainly one of the selling points for this. That's very cool. Very rare to have something like that. So that is definitely a selling point. And it seems to go off after about 5 or 6 seconds. That's great, saving the battery life. And the batteries are here, as you may well have noticed, in the bottom part of the box there. There we are, screw seal there, unscrew the screw, and you'll have probably a couple of AA sized batteries that slip in there as well. Maybe worth over a shorter period of time, when you've had your fun with it and you put it up for display up on the shelves, probably to just remove those batteries, because of course one of the things that happens with many of the collectible items and toys etc that have batteries, you leave them in there for years and they do suddenly fail and start leaking out. The acid leaks out and then it sort of messes up the mechanism, and it will no longer function, which would be a shame. So my recommendation would be have fun with it for a few months and then take the batteries out, put it up for display. If you want to really show it off to people who ask about it, just pop the batteries back in, press that button and light up the show. It's disco time, 1990s style, Captain Marvel. But that it really is a nice function. I mean, it's going to look really cool, particularly of an evening when the room is darker and you give that button a press. And that's a sticker that comes off, so you can take that off and you know roughly where it is. So not going to be a problem at all. But there we are. That's the first initial exterior shots and thoughts on Captain Marvel Collector's Edition. I think this one was a limited edition to just 1,500 of each. So 1,500 I think of the 3D, of which this is one, and 1,500 of the 4K. And you can of course get the Captain Marvel Zavvi Steelbook in both editions separately as well. But there we are. Let's check this one out further inside. Okay, here we go. Box opened up and showing all of its separate components. Quite a bit there to take in and enjoy. So let's just go from here. There's the Steelbook. There we go. Let's just scan, pan in on the Steelbook there. Got the Captain Marvel front and centre with a cat on the right hand side, left hand side of the screen there for yourselves looking at it. It's taken from the poster, I believe. So, and it's no debossing on there, but it's clean. It's nice. Nothing startling, but does its job. So pretty happy with that. All in all, let's just look inside. Got some nice backing artwork there as well, which is always appreciated, and two separate lots of artwork on each of the discs. So we get the 3D disc there, which that's the version of the film I'm certainly going to be watching. I do love my 3D. It's all region, as you can see, A, B and C, and you get the regular Blu-ray edition behind, and again that is also region A, B and C, so that is very agreeable. So there we have the Steelbook. Pretty nice all in all, not bad at all, and I think this is the same Steelbook edition that you get if you pick up the Blu-ray Steelbook 4K or 3D edition on its own. So there we go, that's the Steelbook. Does come with a nice protective slip card cover as well, telling you about the film, all of its sound and visual aspects and special extra material that you can enjoy with the movie. And it's one of those ones that it slips in, so there we go. It's just nicely done there, rather than these sort of slip over ones that don't really protect the movie and just can sort of just get in the way, to be honest with you. But that protects it nice. It just sort of nestles in very agreeably. And you do get the peel off with that horrible tacky sticky glue, just extra slip there as well, which again tells you about the movie's qualities with the sound and the visual aspects of it, languages, etc. And there's a nice shot of what you get in the whole package. Then if we pan over here, we get the little boxed enclosure set. Nice graphics there on the front as well, easily pulled out from the hard card casing there. Just slip that out and the Steelbook sits on top, and inside we get these cards, I think there's about 6 postcards, 4, 5 or 6 postcards. I won't open those up. I'll leave at least something for you guys who are picking this up for yourselves as well, so it doesn't totally spoil the enjoyment of opening it up for yourself. But also get these 4 pins that you can pin onto your jacket or shirt. They're fairly sturdy actually, nice, no complaints about that. The sort of metal acrylic painting perhaps on top of it. Nicely done that, that's good all in all there, and it's nicely put, they're all sat nicely on this quite deep sort of foam, black foam effect, protectant as well. So they've done a good job with that. I must say though, rather, I don't know, do let me know your thoughts on this one guys when you pick up yours, but certainly as I say, going back to the size of it, it is a lot smaller than I was expecting, anticipating. And considering how much Zavvi were asking for this, now I think I got a little bit of an extra discount on top, but generally these were charged out at £60 for the 3D and at least 65 if not more for the 4K edition, and I really don't feel that that is great value for money for this. I know that they're very limited It is something special, it is something nice, nothing wrong with it at all, but I just do think that the price mark is, I would say, at least £10, if not £15 too much. This really could have been priced out at about 45 to make it fairer. But okay, we've got this very cool light up effect, which is very cool, so much so that we're going to do it again. Just for the hell of it. That is a nice feature, it really is, but paying all this money just to have a nice box set that lights up, you may as well wait till Christmas and put your fairy lights on top of it, to be honest with you. Come on, Zavvi, you could have priced this one out at a lot fairer price. And just a cautionary note to anybody that missed out on picking this one up from Zavvi with a pre-order: if you're looking to buy it on the secondary market on eBay, I'd be really cautious about spending £100 to £150, if not more, than I've seen it put up on eBay for. You're going to be really bitterly disappointed having paid that much, I feel. So please, just a cautionary note to be careful as to how much you pay for this. I know it is limited, it's really nice, no faulting it at all, but just the price is just a little bit over the top from Zavvi. It's a little bit naughty, which is a shame. But overall, I am pleased that I've got it. Looking forward to watching the film, and seeing the film in 3D is going to be really pretty cool as well. So I do look forward to that. Do let me know which version you picked up, guys, and really what your thoughts are about the film as well when you saw it at the theatre, or if you've received yours early and you popped it into your Blu-ray 4K player. Be really interested to know what your thoughts are about Captain Marvel. But this movie, of course, is from 2019, earlier in the year released. And Captain Marvel is played by Brie Larson. And her character starts out as a Air Force pilot called Carol Danvers. One day just crashes an experimental aircraft and gets discovered by the scientifically and technologically advanced militaristic alien race known as the Kree, and then becomes highly trained and transformed into Captain Marvel with, of course, your Marvel Universe special powers, and she returns to Earth as a Marvel Universe superhero. Now, of course, is there more to come for Carol Danvers and her birthright, though, before being rescued by the Kree? Captain Marvel is the story of her beginnings and true identity, and of course with the warfaring alien race called the Skrull, galactic enemies of the Kree. Could it be that the classic comic book storyline of the Kree Skrull wars is soon to spill out over into the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Movie Universe? Who knows, but I suspect quite strongly that that is going to be the case. I guess we'll have to watch Captain Marvel to discover this and more. Looking forward to doing so. Now, as the story goes, back on Earth, discovering her past, Carol Danvers copes with being a superhero. Captain Marvel gets help from S.H.I.E.L.D. and of course Nick Fury, played again by Samuel L. Jackson, and Clark Gregg as Agent Coulson. Be good to see him. I like him a lot. He's transported over from the highly popular TV show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and guess what? In this setting of 1995 for the movie, Earth is under attack from the Skrulls. Good stuff. Nice alien encounters early on with the Kree and Skrulls, surely setting up for the Kree Skrull wars with Carol Danvers involved, and likely the Avengers as well, and who knows what else from the Marvel Universe, but all good stuff. Now, with a worldwide gross already of well over $1 billion, it seems certain that we will be seeing and learning a lot more about Captain Marvel in the cinematic universe to come. Now, just before I learnt about the film, wanted to, obviously looking forward to seeing it, but looked into the history of it as well, because although I've read Captain Marvel in some of the comic books, I've never really been a big fan. Well, not necessarily a big fan, but I've never really been drawn to the character of Captain Marvel. But just reading some tidbits about the film and the connectivity to the comic books is pretty interesting, and there's some fun information there. So just to share a few things with you guys as well about that. Carol Danvers shoots a green-faced standee in a Blockbuster store, thinking it to be an alien Skrull in the movie. The standee was to have been of Jim Carrey from The Mask, but rights could not be secured, which is a smoking shame. Now also, listen out for when the name Captain Marvel is first used in the film. It'll surprise you just when Captain Marvel's name is applied, first used. Listen out for that. Now, when Brie Larson was first announced as the lead to play Captain Marvel at Comic-Con, CNN ran the headline, "Breaking news of Shazam! Brie Larson character is Captain Marvel." And they ran with, of course, completely the wrong character and comic book company, as of course Shazam, who originally was named Captain Marvel, is a DC comic book creation. And of course this is Marvel, and this is the female Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel is the first from the Marvel Cinematic Universe to star a female lead as well, and was actually released to theatres on International Women's Day, quite appropriately. But rather coolly, the filmmakers cite 1990s action movies as an influence upon Captain Marvel's own action period 90s styling, keeping with the time set era here. Maybe we can look out for Steven Seagal on board, under siege by the Skrulls in Dark Territory. Who knows? Good old 90s styled action, Marvel style. It's going to be fun, and for me to experience it in 3D as well. It's going to be hopefully a lot of fun. Looking forward to it, and really, I think overall pleased at having made the decision to go for this box set, and it is good fun. It looks good, and press the button here. It is light up my street. It's good. It's not great, sadly, and it is a little bit overpriced by Zavvi, which is a shame. Let me know what your thoughts are, though, guys. Hopefully, all of you that have ordered this one, yours arrives as quickly as mine has as well, and you get to enjoy the goodness and re-watch the movie, as I will be doing soon as well. But please do share your thoughts, whether it be at the cinema, whether you saw it in 4K, whether you saw it in Blu-ray, or you saw it at the cinema, maybe in IMAX. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are about the film. But till next time, have a marvellous weekend, and take care. See you all soon. Bye for now.